So for years and years and years and years, I would run through this list, both verbally and internally, of the things I didn't want. Actually, my best friend used to make this really funny joke when I would start on one of my rants about things I disliked, hated, or didn't want. She would say this: get the list. So this was a thing for me. And guess what? For those 14 years that I was disgruntled about whatever I was doing with my life, I looked back yesterday and I realized there was this one point in time where I go, oh God, I haven't worked out in 1 full year. Like, now I can't imagine a life that is me without working out. Like, that just is a part of who I am. But there was an entire year I didn't even go to the gym or work out or run or anything like that. Anyway, and it's because of this. It's because of this. It is because what I did is I sat around and I complained about what was going on around me, or I said things like I didn't want, right? I didn't want to work in a job that I had to be at a desk all day. You know, I didn't want to work for the man. I don't like advertising. You know, I think it's insidious. You know, I would say this kind of shit. Or I would complain about my body, like, ugh, I'm never gonna lose weight, or oh, I'm never gonna be as pretty as them, I'm never gonna be hot by Halloween. I would say this kind of stuff. And so are you seeing a pattern here? Are you seeing what's going on here? Is that all of it is so negative, and even the emotional state that I would say these things in, or these complaint sprees that I would go on in, what they were doing was they were literally fucking with my DNA. Like, they were getting into my brain and into my nervous system, and they were wiring me for more of that, because what our brains and our nervous system want is familiarity. It wants predictability. That's why it's so much easier for you to lay in bed than it is when the alarm goes off to jump up and get going. Because for the past 8 hours, you've been laying in your cozy, sweet bed. Your brain's like, we enjoy this. I like the familiar. So what you're doing when you're complaining, and when you're running through your list of complaints, and when you're saying all the things that I don't want that. I don't want this person to treat me like that. I don't want to live in this house. I hate living in this city. Like, all of that stuff just helps you get more of what you don't want. It's basically training your brain to say, oh, okay, this city, we're here. All right, we're staying here. Oh, the job, we're talking about the job again? Cool, good, because we're here and we're staying here. Instead, why don't we try this? How could I find a way to make money not working in an office? I can already feel my emotional state rise. I can already feel me moving up the emotional ladder. I can already feel my brain and my body shifting and going, ooh, that seems more exciting. Little fear seems more exciting. Lifting up the emotional state, going up the emotional ladder. Because what our bodies and our brains and our nervous system do is they don't speak English or Spanish or French or whatever you speak, right? They speak in emotions. Emotions are the language in our body. The meaning that we put language to out here inwardly is our emotions that we attach to experiences and traumas and wishes, hopes, and dreams. So when you want something different, because when you say you don't want something, you really do want something different. Can we flip it? Can we, instead of saying I don't want to work at this office job all day, can we instead ask ourselves a more powerful, a more empowering question, a more emotionally heightened question like, how could I figure out my next move so I no longer have to work? Oh my God, your brain's already like, yes! Something to figure out, a problem to solve. It wants to. It's a problem-solving machine, man. That's what it's designed to do. And so give it the instruction so it can actually go out and do that for you, because then you'll start to see stuff out in the world. You'll start to see stuff and be like, oh man, I really love that. And people get paid to do that. Oh, holy shit. Or in my same industry, this company lets me work from home. Cool. Maybe I'm going to go and see what that's all about. Now, instead of you in this insular complain mode, you're actually out here with your heart open in solution mode. Guys, you know these people, right? Maybe you're like me and you don't do this, right? But you know the people that sit and complain. You go to happy hour with the girlfriends and all they do is bitch about their husbands, boyfriends, jobs, whatever. Nothing changes for them. Why? Because all they're doing is inviting more hate, more vitriol, more negativity into their life by saying, I hate that. They really are. Their body's going, okay, cool, more familiar of this. Like, I can do more of this. So nothing changes if nothing changes, and I know I say that on friggin' repeat, but it's the simplest tool that we can capture, that every morning if I say nothing changes and if nothing changes, I start looking around for shit to change. I start looking for things that I can do to be solution oriented and move myself into a place where I want to be. All right, well, I just got done with an amazing run, so obviously I'm pretty keyed up. I'm about to have my celery juice, and I'm going crazy with apple and ginger today. I also already poured myself some coffee. I just wanted it. Whatever. It's Friday! Okay, guys, go out there and switch the I don't wants to how can I's, or I do want, or I am capable of, I deserve, I am worthy, I am enough. Please. Because when you feel good, you go out there and you make a huge impact on the world. So many people want impact. They want to make an impact, but I'm not making an impact in my job. You can have the exact same situation and you show up creating impact through being kind, through being whole, through being healed, through being happy. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then when you start to rewire yourself that way, you'll actually get the changes you really most desire, but you gotta ask for it. And the asking is not, I don't want, the asking is, how can I?